Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Picks and Parlays live cap. I'm your host, Allie Burns. We've got some good ones to talk about today. With me, as always, I have my co-host with the most, Nick Parsons, is with us all the way from the Insiders Room. Hey, Nick, how's it going?
It is going fantastic. I'm ready to fire. Can't wait to fire on these college football games. Let's go.
Let's make some money for our viewers at home. And with us, as always, one of our college football experts at Picks and Parlays, Dan Kaiser's here. Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, Dan. Thanks.
Rocking and rolling like we do. So yeah, we've got a couple games to talk about. Just trying to pull up some information here that I should have had prepared. But how do you guys feel about these, Dan? I know that you mentioned you're not super stoked about this card on Saturday here. Sometimes that happens in the handicapping world. What don't you like about it?
I just don't like the games. It's the fact that you're getting to that point and the end of the season, especially COVID 2020, motivation in some of these teams that are now pretty much out of it. It's just kind of a weird card, a weird week that you don't want to. To me, you don't want to get too crazy because you could have like a really bad weekend. So I'm just pick out one or two games here that I really like, and wait for the conference tournament or conference championship games.
Well, that's sage advice there from an expert. You do not have to bet every game. I know sometimes it really does feel like it, but you don't. What do you think, Nick? Are you excited about this card?
Well, as Dan pointed out, yeah, I always find the end of the season a little bit tricky. But yeah, sometimes these are the opportunities where you can make the most money as well. Sometimes in games and situations like this. But no, like Dan, I do find I base personally a lot of my picks upon motivation, and I'm looking at that. I'm trying to get into the heads and the psyche of the game and stuff. I mean, I use a lot of different handicapping methodologies. I don't stick to just one. I like to remain flexible. But yeah, motivation is a big part of that. And so, yeah, at the end of the year, it's hard to find that motivation. But no, these three games that we're looking at here, I feel like I got a pretty good read. So I'm ready to get into these ones.
All right, well, let's rock and roll. So up first, we were going to talk some Illinois at Northwestern. Eli and I are 2-5. They're 3-3 against this, 3-3 against the spread. Northwestern's 5-1, 4-1-1 against the spread. Northwestern's the favorite, -14, and we got a total of 40.5. What do you got on this one, Nick?
Well, it is complicated, this game. Obviously, Northwestern's the better team when it is healthy. And so I'm sort of getting conflicting reports on whether this game is even going to happen. I do believe it is going to happen. And so my analysis and my sort of what I'm going to be talking about is based upon this game is going to be playing and Northwestern is healthy. The Illinois, they have 9 players missing on Saturday, 7 of which are undisclosed reasons. So yeah, Northwestern, I've seen one report where they have a lot of people dealing with COVID issues and another report saying none. So it's hard to say exactly. But yeah, Illinois, it's had a forgettable year, 2-4 in a shortened season, and they've only faced conference opponents. It only averages 21.7 points per game, and it allows 32.5 points per game. So Northwestern, clearly it's the better team. And if it's healthy here, it's going to win. It's going to win big. The only concern I have is if it's looking ahead to the Big Ten championship game, looking past Illinois here. I mean, Northwestern, it doesn't score a lot. It only averages 24.8 points per game, but it's got a lights-out defense. It only allows 15.3 points per game. And so that's the difference maker for me in this one. I just have a hard time seeing Illinois, this horrible offense, putting up any points whatsoever. And so 14 points, I mean, it's a sizable spread. But yeah, this awful offense going up against one of the best defenses in the country. And so I also think Northwestern's going to be able to score more than usual against this really poor Illinois defense. And so, guys, that's what I'm going with here. I'm going to lay the 14 points.
Laying the 14. People at home, let us know what you think. Drop your comments in the box. Also, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Dan, what do you got on this game?
Well, I agree with Nick that Northwestern is definitely the better team. But I know. Look at. I mean, were they looking ahead last week to Illinois when they were playing the Spartans? Come on, they lost to Michigan State. You know they're my team, but that doesn't give me a lot of faith in Northwestern. As Nick says, their offense is pedestrian. They do have a great defense, but Nick was talking earlier at the opening about motivation. Well, we'll see what kind of motivation Illinois has, because they're basically could be playing for Levy Smith's job.
Ooh.
And I don't think any coach really should get fired in a COVID season except Jim Harbaugh. But yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Northwestern should score more points in this one, but I still don't have faith in that offense, because they should have scored more against Michigan State, but they turned the ball over 4 times.
That was the big difference.
Yeah, and it's 2 touchdowns. If I can get a touchdown or 10 points from Northwestern, I have a chance. So I'm going to take the 14 points in this one.
All right, so we're on opposite sides already. All right. Do we have any feelings about a total here? 40.5. I feel like my vibe on this was under. That was kind of my vibe on the game. I wanted to lay off the sides and go under that total. Do you guys have any thoughts in that regard?
Well, because I like Northwestern here, and I do think it's going to score more than normal, I'm going to go over this really tiny total here. I think that Northwestern against a weak defense, I think that it's going to be able to get into the 30s here, no problem. And so I'm leaning to the over personally.
All right, you, Dan?
If I was picking a side or picking a total, I'd lean more to you, Allie. I'd kind of lean the under, because I'm hoping Illinois gets 10 points. So
fair enough. All right. So we're going to go to Wisconsin at Iowa is up next.
That's another interesting one.
Wisconsin, number 19, Iowa. Badgers are 2-2. They're the same against the spread. Iowa's 5-2, 4-2-1 against the spread. It's Wisconsin -2, and it's 41.5. I don't know as much about football as you guys, but I was surprised that Wisconsin was the favorite there. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, Dan, kick this one off. What do you got on Wisconsin at Iowa?
Well, just on the surface, you got 2 teams basically going in different directions. Wisconsin's won their first 2 games, but then they had 3 games canceled because of COVID, and that seemed to really hurt them. I mean, if you remember back to the first game, that the freshman quarterback went 20 for 21. And it looked like finally they had a quarterback, because Wisconsin's always basically run the ball and play defense. It looked like they finally had a quarterback and they could do something. Then they had 3 weeks off, and I think it just looks like the offense just, fell apart. It's like they had no practice, no cohesiveness anymore, and they lost the next 2 games and scored a total of 13 points. So the offense is just falling off a cliff. It looks like an old Wisconsin offense. Iowa, they lost their first 2, but I think won 5 in a row. They're looking a lot better. But actually, I do have a play I like on the side that would be up on Picks and Parlays this weekend. So I'm looking at the total, and I'm going to take the under in this one. I think Iowa's defense has been really strong. Wisconsin's got a strong defense, and Iowa's offense is kind of pedestrian. So I think both teams will be running the ball a lot, and it just plays to being an under game in this one.
All right. What about you, Dan? What do you got on this one?
So
I just told you.
Sorry, Nick.
No worries.
Sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I'm trying to put something in the chat.
I would agree with Dan on the under there. I also have a play, or I don't have an official play on this one, but I do like a side as well. I would agree with the under with Dan there. The Hawkeyes hold opponents to 17.3 points. And the Badgers hold opponents at 12.3 points. So, yeah, if we're talking about the total, I definitely agree with Dan there. I'm not sure which side he's on. But, yeah, with a spread like this, obviously the odds makers are trying to lead us to believe here that these teams are really evenly matched. And I think that they really are. But like you, Ali, I was a little bit surprised too that Iowa was the underdog in this situation. I like Iowa here. Might as well just grab the short points there. But yeah, they're going for their 6th straight win here. This is sort of a revenge sort of style of game because Wisconsin's actually 7-3 the last 10 in this series.
Ooh.
Now, Wisconsin's played well offensively this year. It averages 26.8 points per game. I mean, that's not lights out or anything. It's decent. It's a pedestrian, as Dan would say there. But they're only averaging 6.5 points per game over the last 2 games. Graham Mertz, he's decent. He's, I guess, pedestrian. He has 807 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And yeah, as I said, the Badgers have one of the best defenses in the nation, holding opponents to only 12.3. But yeah, Iowa has a better offense, averages 32.3 points per game. Spencer Petras, he has 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, but it's more about the running game with Iowa. And the Hawkeyes, yeah, they're holding teams to just 17.3 points. So yeah, I just think that this is going to be a close game. But yeah, Wisconsin's been unable to get the offense going lately, only 6.5 points per game over the last 2. So yeah, Iowa, for the most part, it's just cruised to 5 straight wins. It's averaged 37.2 points per game over that stretch. And so that's what I'm going with here, guys. I like Iowa.
All right. Well, I'm with you on that one. I started it that way. So yeah, really surprising. I really was surprised there. Okay, so up next, we've got UNC and Miami. People in the chat, let us know what you like with Wisconsin and at Iowa or UNC at Miami. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Okay, so UNC is at Miami. Miami is -3. The total is 67.5 on this one. UNC 2-2 on the road this season. Miami's 4-0 at home. So, Nick, what do you think? What are we doing here?
Well, North Carolina, obviously, it's all about the offense there. Both teams have looked really good, but I like Miami here. I think the difference is going to come with the defense. North Carolina enters at 7-3. It beat Western Carolina by 40 points last week. Miami's 8-1, and it beat Duke by 48 points last week. That was 48-0. North Carolina's offense had scored 49 points. It had a whopping 31 first downs last weekend. The Tar Heels have scored at least 41 points in 4 of their last 5 games. They ranked 20th in the nation at 36.3 points per game. But Miami, it's looked like an elite football team all year long. They've won 8 of their first 9 games. That was the 48-0 at Duke last weekend. Miami's offense has been solid. It's ranked 22nd in the nation. It averages 34.9 points per game. The home team is 7-1 against the spread the last 8 meetings in this series. The Tar Heels are 0-4 against the spread of their last 4 after a straight-up win. So, yeah, North Carolina's offense is great, but it's a very, very average defense, and I think it's going to lag behind. So that's my call here, guys. I like Miami.
I'm with you on this one for sure. What do you got on this, Dan? Are you getting in the car with us or what? I don't feel like you are. You got that look.
No, I was just thinking what Nick said about North Carolina having an average defense. If they had an average defense, they may be playing in the ACC championship game. That's the big thing. They have no defense.
Right.
Yeah. I
guess I was being a little kind there.
Yeah, you were. I think that's it. I think you're like the nice, kind guy, and I'm just the guy that just
gets straight to the point.
Yeah. but yeah, both teams have cost me money this year, so I'm kind of not high on either one. But no, North Carolina. Their offense is great, but look at Notre Dame. They put up 14 points in the first quarter. I don't think it's to score the rest of the game. They put up 42 at the half against Western Carolina and scored a touchdown the rest of the way. Yeah, their offense is great, but they seem to have a drop pass here or a hold here or a sack there because they do give up a lot of sacks. That puts it behind the chains, and then they get a stop here, a stop there, and the defense gives up points, and they just are playing from behind a lot, and then it's hard for them to catch up. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'll lay the points. If I could get 3, I'll feel a lot better. I've seen it 3.5. I love 3. And yeah, I'm on Miami. I just think their defense is better. I think they'd like to go 9-1 and say they were cheated out of a chance to play a chance to play in the championship game because the last week got canceled. I think they just want it a little bit more. So I'm gonna take the U.
Taking the U. Yeah, I'm with Derek King's I went to University of Houston. He's my dude. I like to see him kicking butt. It's unfortunate for the University of Houston, but hey, great for him. Good on you, King. What do you guys think about a total here? It was 67.5. I mean, I get it, but is it too high?
I would lean to the over. These two teams, North Carolina averaging 41.1 points, Miami 34.9 points. So, yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a shootout personally. And then just the difference will be down the stretch. Miami's defense there, I think, will just be a little bit better, and it'll be able to just pull away at the end. And so I would lean to the over. I mean, it's a high total, but for good reason. These teams are going to be gunslinging the whole time from start to finish. So.
Yeah, I'm with it. What do you think, Dan? The dogs are barking. Are you sure we shouldn't be on UNC?
Yeah, I know.
That aside, let me know.
I'm gonna go opposite of Nick. I'm gonna take the under. I mean, both teams have good defensive fronts. They put pressure on the passer, and both offensive lines aren't stellar. So I think you're gonna see a few sacks, a few hurries, maybe some bad passes. I don't think the offense will be clicking as well as that they do against other teams. So 67.5 is a lot. At first when I looked at it, I was thinking over, but I'm just gonna think it might just stay a little bit under.
All right. Yeah, I'm totally on the fence with it. I say it all the time. It's so obviously over. You think UNC and Miami, it's going to go over, but then sometimes those are the ones that don't go over.
Yeah.
So that's what I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, like Notre Dame, North Carolina. I thought that had over written all over it. They had 28 points in the first quarter, and it was way under. So, yeah. So you look at those numbers and you look at the offenses, and you're like, this should go over, and then things happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out that way. Yep. All right, guys. Well, that just about wraps it up for us. That was great information. Thank you guys for sharing your brain power.
Can I give out one play for the night?
Okay.
College basketball.
Totally.
Basketball. Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I'm all over the Hawkeyes. Did a free pick video on them.
Nice.
Right,
there you go. Alignment right there, you guys. An extra little free pick there from the professor. Thanks, Dan.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, it is Garza time. I think this is going to be embarrassing for Iowa State. I mean, they played 2 games. What did you do? You beat Arkansas Pine Bluff and you lost to South Dakota State. Yeah, excellent work. Now come face Luca Garza. See, now I just talked it up too much, and Iowa State's going to crush them. That's
exactly
what happened. I might be too superstitious for this.
No, you're just superstitious enough.
Yeah, right. You gotta be. We could do a whole show on weird handicapping superstitions.
That's true.
I'm sure. All right, guys. Well, that just about wraps us up. Thank you, everyone, for joining in on the fun. Don't forget, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We've got great stuff coming your way every Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Nick and I do this live cap. Wednesdays have been more NFL. Fridays have been more NCAA football, but we're going to start sprinkling some college basketball in there along the way, just like Dan did. Thank you for that, my friend. And then, of course, Total Chaos. A whole new week of Total Chaos is going on. Last night, we did Sean Higgs and Chip Chirimbus went for the NCAA college. What? I got to stop saying NCAA. It takes too long. College football Total Chaos. And then tomorrow morning, Dan Kaiser is going to face Kurt Alexander for NFL Total Chaos. And then Monday night, I'm going against Kurt Alexander for college basketball Total Chaos.
Excellent.
So, lots going on, guys. We're booked. We're booked solid.
Nice.
So yeah, y'all, we will see you when we see you. Check us out tomorrow morning, 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. Vegas time, 1 p.m. Eastern for Total Chaos NFL. All right. See you next time, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Later.